Here's the scoop. I'm a 46-year-old guy who recently went through a divorce with my now ex-wife Lydia after a 23-year marriage. Lydia, who's 44, and I were college sweethearts turned spouses. Together, we have a daughter, Erica, who just hit the milestone of 21. The divorce wasn't a walk in the park, let me tell you. It all started with a bombshell revelation. I stumbled upon incriminating texts on Lydia's phone, evidence of an ongoing affair with her boss, Allan. The shock of it all hit me like a ton of bricks. When I confronted Lydia, she didn't even try to deny it. Instead, she confessed to the affair and even professed her love for her boss. It was a gut-wrenching moment, one that shattered the illusion of trust and fidelity in our marriage. Without a second thought, Lydia packed her bags and left that very same day. I wasted no time in initiating divorce proceedings the following day, eager to sever ties with a relationship tainted by betrayal. Fast forward 8 months, and the divorce was finally finalized just a few weeks ago. Throughout this tumultuous period, I made a concerted effort to prioritize my mental well-being, maintaining a safe distance from Lydia to shield myself from further emotional turmoil. With the divorce now in the rearview mirror, I hope to finally catch my breath and forge ahead with my life. Little did I know, fate had other plans in store, courtesy of none other than my own daughter, Erica. As the divorce proceedings unfolded, I believed in being transparent with Erica, trusting her maturity to grasp the complexities of the situation. I laid bare the reasons behind the divorce, unaware of the ripple effect it would trigger. To my astonishment, Erica took matters into her own hands and confronted Lydia about her infidelity. This unexpected confrontation led to Erica cutting ties with me, citing Allan's financial status as the deciding factor. It was a devastating blow to realize that Erica placed more value on her mother's newfound affluent lifestyle than on maintaining a relationship with her father. I was left reeling from Erica's revelation, grappling with a profound sense of devastation. Despite the emotional turmoil, I refused to stoop to pleading or bargaining with her. Maintaining my dignity, I concluded the conversation without further ado. However, a month later, Erica appeared on my doorstep, seeking refuge. Though initially resistant to the idea, I eventually relented and allowed her to move in with me. During her stay, Erica disclosed her true intentions. She had orchestrated her return in hopes of ingratiating herself with her mother and Allan to pitch her bakery business idea. Baking had always been Erica's passion, and she harbored dreams of establishing her own bakery. Armed with the skills acquired from business school, funding remained the sole obstacle. Erica viewed Allan's financial support as the key to realizing her entrepreneurial aspirations. Now, I find myself caught in a whirlwind of emotions, disappointment, frustration, and a lingering sense of betrayal. Erica's actions have left me questioning the foundation of our relationship and whether it can ever be rebuilt. As I navigate this tumultuous journey, I turn to the Reddit community, seeking guidance and perspective on how to navigate the complexities of father-daughter dynamics and chart a path forward amidst the wreckage of broken trust. Lydia and I had always instilled in Erica the importance of gaining practical experience before venturing into her own business, especially in the competitive realm of professional baking. However, Erica's eagerness to dive headfirst into entrepreneurship led her to approach Allan, Lydia's new beau, for financial backing behind her mother's back. This clandestine maneuver ignited a fiery conflict between mother and daughter, with Lydia rightfully feeling betrayed by Erica's covert actions. Despite attempts to reconcile, their differences remained irreconcilable, prompting Erica to seek refuge with me. When Erica turned to me for financial assistance, I reiterated the importance of her gaining real-world experience before embarking on her entrepreneurial journey. It wasn't a matter of doubting her skills or potential, but rather a prudent approach to ensuring her success in the long run. To this end, I insisted that she commit to working under a professional baker as a prerequisite for any financial support from my end. Though she begrudgingly acquiesced, the negotiation process was far from smooth, with Erica displaying evident displeasure at the stipulations laid out before her. Nevertheless, recognizing that my support was contingent upon her compliance, Erica reluctantly agreed to the terms outlined in the agreement drawn up by my lawyer. With her attempts to secure funding from Allan yielding no fruit, I emerged as her last resort for financial backing. Reluctantly, she accepted the conditions set forth, understanding that my expectations were non-negotiable if she wished to pursue her entrepreneurial aspirations. In the interim, as Erica scoured the job market for employment opportunities, I provided her with financial assistance to cover her basic expenses, including commuting costs and miscellaneous bills. Entrusting her with my spare debit card, which housed a considerable sum of approximately $225,000, I emphasized the importance of responsible usage and prompt repayment. This financial support, while undoubtedly a gesture of goodwill towards my daughter, also posed a significant sacrifice on my part. The funds earmarked for Erica's endeavors were originally intended to bolster my retirement savings, allowing me to gracefully exit the workforce in light of my debilitating carpal tunnel syndrome. However, faced with the pressing needs of my daughter, I made the difficult decision to reallocate these resources, prioritizing her well-being above my personal aspirations. As Erica embarks on her journey towards professional growth and self-sufficiency, I can only hope that she appreciates the magnitude of the sacrifices made on her behalf and endeavors to make the most of the opportunities afforded to her. As time progressed, I gradually eased off my financial support, expecting Erica to take charge of her own expenses once she secured a job. With her updates during our dinner conversations, I felt reassured, believing her accounts of her newfound job at a professional bakery and her steady income. Her routine of leaving for work every day and returning late in the evening seemed to validate her claims, further cementing my trust in her. However, my sense of security was shattered last week when a routine check of the account I had entrusted to Erica revealed a shocking discovery. Instead of finding a sizable portion of the original sum remaining, I was met with a mere $3,000 balance. Perplexed, I delved into the transaction history, only to uncover a trail of expenditures that defied my expectations. Upon discovering Erica's egregious breach of our agreement and clandestine foray into entrepreneurship using my hard-earned funds, I was overcome with dismay and disbelief. It was evident that she had not only flouted the terms we had painstakingly outlined, but had also ventured into her business endeavors behind my back, disregarding my authority and consent entirely. Utilizing my finances, she had secured a coveted location for her store and poured money into her ventures, while neglecting her obligations and indulging in frivolous expenses, oblivious to the gravity of her actions. Confronting Erica was a tumultuous experience, marked by the crumbling of her initial bravado in the face of my unwavering scrutiny. As her facade faded, a palpable sense of unease and guilt replaced her defiant demeanor, compelling her to confess to the challenges she faced in sustaining her fledgling business. While her financial struggles and mounting debts offered some semblance of justification for her actions, they did little to assuage the deep-seated feelings of betrayal and disappointment that gnawed at my core. In retrospect, I couldn't help but lament my lapse in vigilance regarding the account's activity, unwittingly providing Erica with the means to exploit my trust and financial resources for her personal gain. While I admired her ambition and determination, her blatant disregard for our agreement and lack of transparency had irreparably strained our relationship, eroding the foundation of trust that once underpinned our familial bond. As we navigate the turbulent waters of this newfound rift, I find myself grappling with a maelstrom of emotions, ranging from simmering anger and frustration to a lingering sense of parental concern for Erica's well-being. Moving forward, I recognize the delicate balance I must strike, endeavoring to support Erica's aspirations while steadfastly upholding the boundaries and agreements that define our relationship. The aftermath of Erica's departure was further complicated by Lydia's unexpected resurgence into my life following the divorce. The tension between us reached a fever pitch when I made the difficult decision to pursue legal action against Erica for her egregious breach of trust. Yet Lydia's relentless barrage of accusatory texts, casting me as the villain in this unfolding drama, has left me grappling with doubts and questioning my own judgment in this tumultuous chapter of my life. Initially resolute in my decision to pursue legal recourse, Lydia's relentless guilt-tripping has stirred doubts within me. Am I truly in the wrong for seeking restitution for Erica's actions, or am I simply succumbing to the pressure exerted by Lydia and Erica's concerted efforts to vilify me? The lines between right and wrong blur amidst the emotional turmoil, leaving me grappling with a profound sense of uncertainty and self-doubt. While the support from the Reddit community has been a source of solace during these tumultuous times, the conflict within my family remains unresolved. Despite my attempts to distance myself from Lydia and Erica's toxic dynamics, their persistent attempts to manipulate my emotions have taken a toll on my mental well-being. As I navigate this challenging chapter in my life, I find myself torn between the desire to stand firm in my convictions and the fear of alienating my own daughter further. The path forward remains shrouded in uncertainty, But I am determined to seek clarity and resolution, both within myself and within my fractured family dynamic. Caught in a swirling vortex of emotions, regret looms large among them, haunting me with its persistent presence. If only I had heeded the nagging voice urging me to check my account balance earlier, perhaps I would have unraveled Erica's deceit long before it reached this point. The weight of my oversight amplifies the profound sense of failure that grips me as a father, each misstep a painful reminder of my shortcomings. Erica's calculated betrayal and relentless manipulation only serve to compound the fragility of my already battered mental state, particularly in the wake of the tumultuous divorce. Confronted by Erica's relentless barrage of guilt-tripping and gaslighting, I steadfastly hold my ground, determined to assert my rights in the face of her deceitful tactics. Yet, her persistent attempts to undermine me emotionally only succeed in exacerbating my distress, each message or encounter a fresh wound reopening old scars. The recent missive from Erica, heralding the termination of her lease and imminent departure, feels like yet another calculated move to deflect blame onto me, leaving me unfairly maligned and manipulated. Adding to the tumult is Lydia's unwelcome intrusion, evident in her cryptic social media posts that cast me in a negative light for all to see. The relentless barrage of unsolicited opinions from well-meaning friends and meddling relatives only serves to pile onto the burden, each comment a dagger aimed at my already fragile emotional well-being. It's an unrelenting assault on my psyche, leaving me feeling isolated and overwhelmed by the weight of judgment and scrutiny. As the wheels of legal proceedings grind on, Erica's response to the lawsuit introduces yet another layer of complexity to the tangled web of emotions. Her proposed settlement amount falls woefully short of what I deem fair, eliciting a potent cocktail of frustration and disbelief at her apparent lack of remorse or accountability. Despite my earnest efforts to negotiate, Erica's steadfast refusal to acknowledge the gravity of her actions only serves to fuel my determination to pursue legal recourse, no matter the cost. Yet, amidst the chaos, a glimmer of hope emerges. My attorney's assurance that we can navigate the negotiations gives me a semblance of reassurance. Still, the emotional toll of confronting my own daughter in a legal battle looms large, challenging my sense of morality and fatherhood. In the face of adversity, I must steel myself against the onslaught of guilt and manipulation. While Erica and Lydia may seek to cast me as the villain in their narrative, I refuse to succumb to their attempts at character assassination. Instead, I remain steadfast in my pursuit of justice, determined to reclaim my dignity and protect my interests, come what may. Hard time believing his story at first, but the more he talked, the more it seemed like he was genuinely remorseful for his actions. He confessed that he never intended to cause so much pain and turmoil in my life, and acknowledged the gravity of his mistakes. As he spoke, I couldn't help but empathize with him on some level, despite my lingering resentment. It was a surreal moment, sitting across from the man who had been involved with my ex-wife, listening to his heartfelt apology, and seeing the remorse in his eyes. In that pivotal moment of reflection, I came to a profound realization. Harboring bitterness and resentment would only perpetuate the cycle of pain. Allan's apology transcended mere words of contrition. It symbolized a profound acknowledgement of responsibility for his actions and a sincere effort to make amends. Caught amidst a whirlwind of conflicting emotions, I found myself torn between clinging to my grievances and embracing the possibility of reconciliation. Ultimately, I made the choice to accept Allan's apology, not as a validation of his past transgressions, but as a conscious decision to unburden myself from the heavy shackles of anger and resentment. Forgiveness, I realized, wasn't about excusing his behavior. It was about liberating myself from the suffocating grip of bitterness. As Allan departed from my doorstep that fateful night, a profound sense of closure enveloped me, signaling the beginning of a journey towards inner peace. The encounter with Lydia and Allan served as a poignant reminder that true healing often transcends the pursuit of closure. It entails finding solace within oneself and relinquishing the grip of the past. Armed with newfound clarity and resolve, I brace myself for the impending confrontation with Erica and her legal representative. Regardless of the outcome of the negotiations, I draw strength from the knowledge that I possess the resilience to weather any storm and emerge from adversity stronger than before. Reflecting on Allan's unexpected visit, I marveled at the sincerity and humility with which he sought forgiveness. Despite his entanglement in Lydia's betrayal, Allan displayed a genuine remorse that resonated deeply with me. Choosing to extend forgiveness wasn't an act of condoning his actions, rather, it was a conscious decision to unburden myself from the weight of resentment and forge a path towards inner peace. As Allan departed, a profound sense of closure washed over me, signaling the beginning of a new chapter in my journey of self-discovery. The encounter with Lydia and Allan served as a poignant reminder that true healing often transcends the pursuit of closure. It entails finding solace within oneself and relinquishing the grip of the past. Armed with newfound clarity and resolve, I brace myself for the impending confrontation with Erica and her legal representative. Regardless of the outcome of the negotiations, I draw strength from the knowledge that I possess the resilience to weather any storm and emerge from adversity stronger than before. Reflecting on Allan's apology, I found it ironic that a relative stranger showed more compassion than my own wife and daughter. It was a sobering realization of the fractured state of my family. However, I resolved to move forward with clarity and resolve, determined not to let bitterness consume me. During the negotiation with Erica, emotions ran high, but we reached a settlement agreement. While Erica maintained a cold demeanor, I understood her resentment, even though it was her actions that led to this situation. After the meeting, Lydia's presence only added to the tension, but I chose not to engage, knowing it wouldn't accomplish anything. Returning home, I hoped for closure, only to receive a venomous text from Erica, blaming me for everything. Her words stung, but I refused to let them define me. Blocking her number, I decided to focus on living life on my terms, free from the toxicity of past relationships. As I embark on this new chapter, I'm determined to prioritize my own happiness and well-being. Stay tuned for more updates from my journey of self-discovery.